And now we have Comrade Hakeem Ambali, who is the national president of NOGAY, who will be joining us to discuss on this recent development. Thank you so much for joining us at this time.
Good evening and Merry Christmas in advance to wonderful listeners and our anchor.
All right, so nearly 6 months after the Supreme Court judgment, the federal government is still yet to effect direct payment of allocations to the local government as directed by the Apex Court. How do you react to this?
Well, just like you read in your outline, we are not happy, we are disappointed because we know that some people are ganging up to make sure that the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to deepen democracy and good governance at that subnational level is being truncated. And there is no justification for it. But we cannot but say that Mr. President also allowed that to happen. Because the period of 90 days moratorium granted to them allowed them to start sinister plan against the implementation of Supreme Court judgment. And for often time, the judgment of Supreme Court is meant to be obeyed in line with 1999 Constitution. We are disturbed that democracy is about rule of law, and judgment of that Supreme Court, which has not been appealed against, should be implemented by Mr. President. We are appealing to Mr. President to take charge. Those who are trying to sabotage this administration in terms of this popular achievement that Nigeria has applauded to be called to order. There is no reason whatsoever. There is no justification for delaying that remittance to local government account. We expected that having submitted a report to the technical committee, the operational recommendation guideline that we have submitted, the NL, the NUT, NOGE, Union of Pensioner, Medical Casino, which are the in-house operational union there, and the ALBON, the employer in that level and the operator of the system, should have been implemented. Local government allocation is not state allocation. Local government chairmen and other political leaders are elected to provide good governance to the people. There is no justification for withholding their allocation for Christ's sake. It is only in this kind of country that you can see that the Apex Court has delivered judgment in their wisdom, and somebody and some people somewhere are now ganging up to block it. That is not democracy. That is not what we expected. And we are saying Mr. President that has started the good work must finish it to the admiration of Nigeria. The time to fix Nigeria is now. The time to strengthen local government is now. To give direct allocation to local government and monitor how they are spending it so that Nigeria will be better for it. Thank you.
All right, so the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, had actually said part of the reason the federal government was yet to commence direct payment to the respective local government was due to some practical impediments. Do you think this reason is reasonable enough?
That excuse is unfounded. It's misplaced because the judgment of court clarify how to implement it. What is it saying about some perceived operational difficulties on what have you? This autonomy we are talking about is not novel. Pre-1999 Constitution, local government autonomy has been operational in Nigeria. How do we implement it? If we are serious about implementing autonomy like the minister is claiming, why don't we give a circular to all the to central bank to establish local government account with them, so that even this money will be remitted into that account, while the remaining, while the salary should be released to local government. Why are you paying that has been called illegal? That has been nullified by the Supreme Court. That is legality, that's against the Constitution, that's against the rule of law. So the minister's claim is unfounded, is not correct, and it speaks volume about the image of government.
The union plan to take any action as regards to this?
Yes, of course, we need to go back to the trenches and continue to sensitize Nigerian concerns Nigeria. Because it appeared that some people are laying ambush for the good vision of Mr. President. And again, we also need to drum it loud that Mr. President must be in charge. He must take over the control of his vision to actualize local government autonomy. You witness the applause, the happiness, the joy in the faces of Nigerian people when that judgment was delivered. It is a judgment in favor of Nigerian people. There's nobody anywhere that condemned that judgment, except those who benefit from that corrupt tendency. And we have said it oftentimes. Nigeria cannot continue to wallow in poverty. Nigeria cannot continue to suffer insecurity. Nigeria cannot continue to suffer hopelessness, banditry, and terrorism because we destroy our local government system. So that subnational government that is missing in action should be returned back to a functional state, so that all our rural roads will be well policed. We will bridge the infrastructural gap at the rural level, and will provide gainful employment for women and rural and the youth, so that the rural country will be addressed. So unless Mr. President is serious and will put this one here, people will perceive this government as talking from two sides of the mouth. We must demonstrate the readiness of Mr. President from even his party. He's a leader of a ruling party. Why is his government governors under his party trying to preach the law? It does not speak volume good of Nigerian democratic image. So for us, if we can sabotage the judgment of Supreme Court, it shows that there's no justice anywhere in the country, there's no rule of law in the country. So we are therefore calling on Mr. President. Now he should not be afraid to take this logical decision to its final conclusion. He should demonstrate the courage he has been noted for. He should demonstrate the patriotism to fix Nigeria, and he must be able to give direct allocation to local government. Let us return back to where the era of functional local government system. Local government is the closest to the people, it's the most strategic, it's the most relevant, and if you are serious about providing good governance to Nigerian people and growing GDP at the community level, we must do this. There's nothing blocking us. We have submitted a recommendation, we have defended it, there's no reason. All these are locutors, all this misinformation about saying we are local government is owing money. What is local government owing money? Who borrowed money of that for local government? For which project is it for? It must be verified. And we are recommending to Mr. President that until that is resolved, don't pay money to Jack account because it is illegal as of today by pronouncement of Supreme Court. Establish an account for local government at the central bank, release only salary to the local government political functionaries and the career officers, so that some people cannot continue to cash in on this delay and benefit from it. It is time to be serious and credible. It is time to address issue of rule of law. It is time to obey our laws. We must be law-abiding citizens. We must, as a government, we must show responsiveness and responsibility to our judgment of court of the has competent jurisdiction over it. Thank you.
All right, we thank you so much, Comrade Hakeem. Thank you so much for being a part of the news and for also lending your voice on the issue on ground. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Nigeria will be better for it. Nigeria will be great one day, and local government shall become strong and functional to the admiration of Nigerian people. Local government autonomy is the democratic right of Nigerian people. It's time to rise up and stand up and fix local government is now. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And that was Comrade Hakeem Ambali, the national president of Norgay. And I'll move on to the rest of the stories.